covering every county. This is your statewide newscast, Arkansas Today.
Good afternoon, I'm Mallory Brooks. Thanks for watching Arkansas Today. In Van Buren, the school district has amped up security to better protect students and staff. Clarissa Bustamante reports on the change the district has been working on for over a year.
The Van Buren School District has now employed 10 full-time school resource officers, one for each of their campuses.
Today's a big day for our district.
Getting to see all the parents' faces and waving at me, and I mean, you could just see that they were happy that I was out there helping their kids get in safely.
Officer Megan Slayton has been working for the Van Buren Police Department for 3.5 years.
Y'all have fun at recess.
But now she's following a new passion.
I love children, been around children my whole life, and so being able to incorporate my career, which is something that I absolutely love, with children is the best thing ever.
With a gun on her hip, she's sworn to protect the children at Reyna Elementary School. But to her and the administrators, it's more than that.
The most important aspect to being an SRO for me is just being able to bridge that gap between, how children may perceive law enforcement. We're not scary. We're not out there to take them away. I mean, we are out there to help them and to keep them safe.
It also is an asset to our staff, our counselors, our administration on each campus. It's somebody else that they can lean on if they need to address an issue. It's another exciting, familiar face for them. They high-five them as they come down the hallway.
For one teacher, it's a face that helps her get through the day.
Just having that extra layer of safety really just, keeps us relaxed throughout the day.
This is just going to be an even great, a great asset to our district, our kids, our staff, and of course the community at large.
And before the new hires, the Van Buren School District only had 4 school resource officers that would rotate throughout all of the schools. A fight on the basketball court leaves several high school players suspended and a school district filing an appeal. 6 players from Fayetteville High School and 4 players from Springdale High were suspended. The fight started in the last 12 seconds on Friday's game. The AAA, which regulates high school sports within the state, wanted to suspend 7 additional Springdale players. Springdale schools saying those 7 athletes didn't leave the bench during the fight.
The other 7 stayed right in the bench area, but the officials didn't see all that, so they suspended all of the players. So we did appeal. Yesterday was President's Day, and the AAA offices were closed. Today, we did find out that they accepted the appeals.
Springdale's appeal was granted on Tuesday, and the 7 players took the court in their basketball game last night. Fayetteville school officials say they are still investigating and talking to the students involved. A truck driver is in custody following a huge meth bust on the U.S.-Mexico border. This is more than 900 pounds of methamphetamine. U.S. Customs and Border Protection says it has an estimated value of nearly $13 million. Authorities say the meth was in the trailer of a truck carrying frozen strawberries from Mexico into the U.S. That discovery made Saturday at a border crossing in Texas. The truck driver is a 42-year-old man who is in custody of Homeland Security investigation agents. And Governor Asa Hutchinson and the Arkansas Department of Environmental Quality announced plans for extra funding to put out the stump dump fire burning in Bella Vista. The ADEQ will file a supplemental bill to receive federal funding. Funds will be used to hire contractors to get rid of the stump dump fire. The organization says it's been exploring more cost-effective ways of putting it out and are considering many proposals. Bella Vista Mayor Peter Christie said the ADEQ's plans, he wishes the state would do better to communicate with the city.
We're really not in the loop that much with ADEQ. They call us when they want the gate opened or they want us to do something, but we're not part of the planning.
Mayor Christie says there is a company out of Ohio that claims it can put the fire out in under $3 million. That compares to the once $37 million once quoted by InSafe, the contracting company hired by the state to explore cost-effective options. It appears squatters are to blame for a fire in a downtown Texarkana building. This morning, crews responded to the Herald building on State Line Avenue just after 8 o'clock. The fire chief says the cause appears to be a warming fire that was set in the vacant building. The damage was contained to one room and the basement area. The chief says possible charges in the case include arson.
This is the second fire in this building in the last couple of months, so we are actively investigating both fires, and if we're able to identify a suspect, we will make an arrest for the fires. There are plans to renovate the building to be used for apartments in the near future.
The president of South Korea speaking with President Trump on the phone Tuesday. The leader of South Korea saying his country is willing to open economic engagement with North Korea if it will quicken Pyeongchang's denuclearization. President Trump is scheduled to meet with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un in Vietnam next week for a second summit. The visit is aimed at enticing Kim to follow through on his pledge to abandon nuclear weapons. And taking a look at the day ahead on this Wednesday, February 20th, Russia's Vladimir Putin is set to address the state of his nation today. Plus, the Federal Reserve releases more about its January meeting on interest rates. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell recently holding them steady, and some economists wondering if interest rates could be cut by September.